Like Tabitha said, thank you. This live? Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. I haven't really told people this story yet, but this hoe who's getting attention right now, Brittany Renner, I gave her a numerology reading December 2022, and she was crying because Tate embarrassed her on a podcast, and she was telling me how everything's not going right in her life, and she's like, Gary, I used to be a hoe, but I'm not a hoe anymore. Well, I talked to her a little bit. I taught her some minuscule things. She was never taught anything advanced because I realized this is a hoe. And I thought maybe, because she does have a good mouthpiece, maybe because she's been sucking so much dick, I was thinking maybe this broad would be, pretty good when it comes down to actually talking and doing stuff like that. But nope. A hoe is a hoe. Look at this. Now, see, this bitch is born in the 1980, the year of the monkey. Excuse me, now I'm saying 1980. 1992, the year of the monkey, okay? And she was crying to me last year. Crying to me, saying, everything is going wrong. Nothing's making sense. What's going on? I had to explain to this dumb bitch what was going on. But this is pretty much what she's good at. Hear that, Brittany? Remember what I told you? I told you you fucking married your enemy sign, and I told you, you fucking cunt, that your fucking kid is going to be the one who fucking suffers. And this is what you're doing?
On Charleston White, and you could tell Charleston White wasn't.
Again, Charleston's white. Look at this. Look at this dude. Look at the grin on his face. Like this motherfucker just won the lotto. Fucking simp. Just because you have a fucking bitch who's been run in more than fucking Logan Paul's fucking future wife, and you got a fucking grin like that on your face? Yo, Charleston White, you're a fucking simp. You're a straight up simp. How the fuck? I wouldn't let this bitch anywhere near me, much less on my fucking lap. You might fucking catch a STD just being around her. You fucking kidding me?
Really okay with this, but he couldn't really do much because she was drunk and she was.
There you go. Look good. He's having the time of his life. You fucking simp. See, I would have respected your bitch ass if you fucking took that fucking bitch, threw her off, and said, "Never get the fuck around me again." But no.
Went along with it. You could tell he's not really enjoying himself, so it's kind of funny. But
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He couldn't do anything. Remember, this is the fucking snitch who always fucking tells on his whole fucking people. Brittany. These are simps. These are straight up simps. It makes sense why he's hanging out with Aiden Ross. What's up, Aiden? Listen. When I look at people like this, obviously the hoe's at fault.
Part 2. I might drop part 3 if you guys like this up. Part 2 of the Brittany Renner video. She was.
Yeah. So again, going back to Brittany, I gave her a numerology reading in December 2022, and she told me that her whole days and her liberal days and all that stuff is over. And she understood that she was brainwashed before, but she's a new woman now. And again, I didn't fucking trust her. She wanted me to put her in GG33 gold. I put her in somewhere between the academy and something else, but she didn't get anything real good because I knew this was a hoe that could not be trusted, and you can never fucking trust hoes. As a matter of fact, I need to fucking find that phone, and then I'll release the text messages between me and her. Fuck you, Brittany. I told you this day would come. Did I not tell your bitch ass when I fucking threw you out the group? When I kicked you out? Did I not tell you your bitch ass this shit was coming? And then you thought? And then she used my knowledge. Listen to this. Brittany used my knowledge. She figured out 28 is the number of wealth, and she started trying to get Shaq. Yo, Shaq, 3-6, 1972. This bitch was trying to holler at you. She was trying to get you to get her pregnant so she could take your fucking bag. That is what type of fucking hoe we're talking about here.
Intoxicated. She started.
Where's the resistance here from Charleston White? Where's this big bad alpha saying, "Ho, get the fuck off me"? No, no, no.
Dancing on.
Look at his face. Just look at Charleston. Look at it. Look at his eyes. They look like a fucking cartoon. They're about to jump up at you. Oh my.
Charleston White, and you could tell Charleston White wasn't really okay with this. But
oh, he was more than okay with this. He was more than okay with this. You sip. Yo, Charleston, you a sip? I'm going to tell you behind this fucking keyboard, you a sip, and I see you in your fucking face. I'll tell you you're a sip and a fucking snitch. Bitch ass. And Zerka could tell you the rest.
he couldn't really do much because she was drunk and she was hitting people. So he just kind of went along.
Yeah, she's good at that. She's good at that. She's real good at that. You know, Brittany, one of the things I told this bitch was she's born in 1992 and she married someone and had a baby with someone who was born in 1998, the year of the tiger. So a monkey tiger. So the one NBA player she snatched up was her enemy sign. The fuck that tell you? Oh, man. Let's switch gears a little bit. Republican debate.
And North Dakota.
I like him and Vivian so far.
I like Tim.
Look, who is this clown? Who the fuck is this? Looks like a goddamn cartoon character.
What the hell?
I wish they would have let Larry instead of some of these damn.
Some ground rules for
Some of these
tonight.
fucking
We'll ask the
zombies.
questions, and then candidates get 1 minute to answer.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
If someone
vibing
is
with you.
singled out, you get 30 seconds to respond. And when the time runs out, we all will hear this. Very pleasant.
So tonight, these candidates have a big opportunity to break out of the pack and to
Break out of the pack, which means be second place to Donald Trump. That's what break out the fucking pack means at this point.
explain why they are best prepared to be the Republican choice for president. At a time when the likely Democrat nominee, President Joe Biden, is working to convince the
Joe Biden will not be the Democratic nominee. Let's stop the games.
country that with Bidenomics, things are looking up.
Bidenomics. Inflation's through the roof. Bidenomics. People fucking homeless. People going hungry. America losing its prestige around the world. That's fucking Bidenomics. While you're running a money laundering operation out of that's Bidenomics. Fucking faggot.
Bidenomics.
They call my plan
That's like a load of
Bidenomics.
shit, if you ask me.
I'm not sure they meant it in a totally complimentary way at the time.
It's the convention,
But
Rose.
guess what? It's working.
What's working? What's working? Destroying America from within? Then yeah, damn right it's working.
But is it? More than 65% of Americans say the country is headed in the wrong direction.
That 65% means Democrats too. So not all of those fucking idiots don't understand what's going on. At least some of them get it. At least some of them fucking get it.
And here's the reality for some voters we talked to here in Wisconsin this week.
You
We
damn
have
skippy.
noticed a dramatic increase in prices at the grocery store just across the board.
Gas.
Yeah, the prices went up because women like you voted for Joe Biden in droves. That's why fucking shit went up.
Is high and food is high. A lot of people's out here homeless because they can't buy.
I don't give a fuck. He's just running a money laundering operation. That's all he's doing. He don't give a fuck who's going homeless. He's sending more money to than Palestine or Hawaii or anything else that got fucking burned.
Food.
It's tough when you got mortgage rates at 7-8% versus 2 to 3. It's just you can't afford a house anymore.
Well, you should have done something about that because before the mortgage rates went up. Genius.
It's inflation is ridiculous. It's
Your people voted for Biden, dog. So they showed a white woman who's talking about inflation. They show a black man who's talking about inflation. These two groups of people in droves voted for Joe Biden. So, you know, you made the bed, lie in it.
It's killing us out here.
As we sit here tonight, the *1 song on the Billboard chart is called Rich Men North of Richmond. A singer from Farmville, Virginia, named Oliver Anthony. His lyrics speak of alienation, of deep frustration with the state of government.
You mean a plant? You mean a plant? No one gets that quick, that big, that quick without a plant.
And of this country. Washington, D.C. is about 100 miles north of Richmond.
That motherfucker's a plant. That motherfucker right there is a plant. I promise you, he's a plant. No one gets that big. Just like that Bobby fucking bitch doing the podcast. Plant, plant, plant. Oh, shut the fuck up.
His new song is true. Yeah, we gotta react to it. Always different. Brink of war.
Yeah, the casino odds keep dropping from Michelle Obama from 1,800 plus 18 to plus 700. Who fucking told you that before anyone else? Me. Not any of these fraud pundits, not any of these streamers, any of these YouTubers, not anyone on Fox News. Me.
Brink of war. No, you might be right. He might be on some Chris guy too. I know, man. Nah, he's different like that. You ain't here.
Can't afford groceries, a car, or a new home, while Hunter Biden can make hundreds of thousands of dollars on lousy paintings. That is wrong. We also cannot succeed when the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars. Those rich men north of...
You know, when you look at him, he's saying all the right stuff. He's showing you the right body language. You know what he lacks? Confidence. He's saying the right stuff. Think about it. He's showing you the body language, but he lacks confidence. Can't do it with this guy.
Of Richmond have put us in this situation. And finally, we need to lower your gas prices. We're going to open up all energy production. We will be energy dominant again in this country. I showed it could be done in the state of Florida. I pledge to you as your president, we will get the
He's a good governor. Not sure about president.
job done, and I will not let you down.
You already have.
Governor DeSantis, thank you.
You were in first. Now you're far, far second. You kind of already let people down. But again, love you as governor.
Governor Christie, do you agree with Governor DeSantis just said there? And why would you be better on the economy?
Governor Christie, traitor, you fucking piece of shit.
Than him?
Well, look, I do agree predominantly with what Governor DeSantis just laid out. I think that if you asked every one of us up here, that we would agree predominantly with what he just laid out. Here's the difference. The difference is that we're going to have to work and make sure that we sell these ideas and be able to put ourselves in a position where we get a majority of the vote, not only by winning the Congress.
And that's sure as hell going to be with you as the main guy in the ticket. You're a fucking failed governor. You fucking helped Obama in 2012 secure his fucking victory. Oh, let's not forget, we know what the fuck you did 10 years ago when you made Obama look like a fucking rose after that hurricane hit your state. Made Obama look real fucking good. You handed him the presidency against Romney. We have not forgot. You fucking were a traitor against Donald Trump. We will not forget. You fucking worthless piece of garbage.
And the Senate.
In other words, don't vote for this guy.
In 24, but also by having someone who's had the experience of doing it. Now, I was elected as a conservative Republican.
Wasn't that a mistake?
In a blue state with 61% of the vote, with a Democratic legislature against me the entire time. And we still, through hard, strong decision making, brought them around to our point.
Scandal after scandal after scandal. Shut the fuck up. You lie, sir.
Point of view. We cut taxes in New Jersey. We cut debt in New Jersey. We made sure that each and every time we were confronted with bad Democratic ideas, we stood and stopped them. And when the
No, you didn't. I mean, this is he might as well be selling you a fiction book at this point.
were good ideas, we brought people together to make progress going forward. Truth and accountability are the things
you know nothing about that, sir.
We need to do to fight waste. And I'd say the last thing is this, Brett. We cannot sit by any longer and allow the kind of spending that's going on in Washington, because every dollar they spend is a dollar that these people are not allowed to spend on their children and their grandchildren. It's robbing our country, and it's wrong.
Well, Governor, let me just...
Well, let me point out that as long as the petrodollar system is in place, it doesn't matter what our deficit is. It only matters if that system falls. They won't tell you that shit. I will.
Follow up very quickly. Okay. New Jersey, when you were governor, had the second lowest credit rating in the nation after
Get him.
Illinois, and it was downgraded 11 times.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what happens when you inherit a blue state that has done that. But
blame.
when you look at what we did on debt, Brett, in that state, we cut debt in that state, debt that had been left to us by...
Man, listen, I'm looking at this guy, and he looks like a homosexual to me. All right. I don't believe a thing this guy says.
3 Democratic gubernatorial predecessors of mine who ran up that debt tremendously. And what you also saw us do was to cut the unemployment rate in half. It was over 10% when I became governor in 2010. What we also did was cut pension payments to public employees to make sure that taxpayers were not being soaked by a public employee union system that was killing the taxpayer.
Thank you, Governor.
Tim Scott, Senator Scott, excuse me. The song also goes after welfare programs. As a senator, now President Biden.
Look at the disrespect the black guy had. First, they called him a governor, which he's not. He's a senator. And then they want to talk about welfare with the black man.
Biden argued for.
We are in trouble. Low battery was the solution to what?
We can stop that by turning the spigot off at Washington, sending the money back to the states, and allowing the decisions to be made at their own houses.
He looks like he's a good advisor. He doesn't have the charisma or anything in the intangibles that a president needs to have. Sorry, buddy. You might be a good guy. I might vote for you. Might tell people to vote for you for a Senate, but a president, you are not, sir.
I helped write the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017. We cut taxes for a single mom like the one that raised me by 70%, for dual households by 60%, returning to the average family $4,000.
Republicans did this to us, too.
Whoa.
When they passed that $2.2 trillion.
Mr. Ramaswamy, listening to all of this, why should voters choose you over more experienced politicians on this stage? You're basically, a blank slate for people. You're 38 years old. You've said that you only voted in 2 presidential elections before this moment, this political race.
So first, let me just address a question that is on everybody's mind at home tonight. Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing?
He's full of energy, but I'm going to tell you something.
In the middle of this debate.
When I see a smile like that, when I see someone smiling like that, the motherfucker's trying to fucking sell you a dream. So based off his body language, I don't trust the guy already. But let's hear what he has to say.
Stage. I'll tell you, I'm not a politician, Brett. You're right about that. I'm an entrepreneur. My parents came to this country with no money 40 years ago. I have gone on to found multi-billion-dollar companies. I did it while marrying my wife, Apurva, raising our 2 sons, following our faith in God.
Okay. So he's a billionaire. He has 2 kids. He has a wife. And then he just mentioned God. Seems like a dream. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, this guy looks like Obama in 2008. This guy looks like someone fresh. He definitely got charisma. Got to give him that. But he's telling me with a big smile, Then he talks about family and God. I don't know. I've kind of seen this script before.
That is the American dream. And I am genuinely worried that that American dream will not exist for our two sons and their generation unless we do something about it. And I do think Brett is going to take an outsider, because for a long time we have professional politicians in the Republican Party who have been running from something. Now is our moment to start running to something, to our vision of what it means to be an American.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got a good mouthpiece, no doubt about it.
He's turned the people up. You have a broken car, you don't turn over the keys to the people who broke it again. You hand it over to a new generation to actually fix the problem. That's why I'm in this race and we're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, that's that man right there. That's that man right there.
Why are you better positioned to turn around this economy that we've heard all of these voters?
First of all, I am voting for no fucking woman. We can stop that right now. I mean, for me to vote for a woman, she would have to be so exceptional. She might as well be the fucking Virgin Mary, okay? I ain't voting for no woman, so we can put all this bullshit aside. But let's hear what the bitch has to say.
Voters talking about tonight. Then Mr. Ramaswamy, who is a successful entrepreneur nationally right now, he's beating you in the polls.
Well, I don't care about polls. What I care about
Yeah, you do. Shut up. First lie.
the fact is that no one is telling the American people the truth. The truth is
Lie too.
that Biden didn't do this to us. Our Republicans did this to us too.
Whoa.
When they passed that $2.2 trillion COVID stimulus bill, they left us with 90 million people on Medicaid, 42 million people on food stamps. No one has told you how to fix it. I'll tell you how to fix it. They need
Lie 3.
to stop the spending. They need to stop the borrowing. They need to eliminate the earmarks that the Republicans brought back in. And they need to make sure they understand these are taxpayer dollars. It's not their dollars. And while they're all saying this, you have Ron DeSantis, you've got Tim Scott, you've got Mike Pence. They all voted to raise the debt. And Donald
There you go. Attack, attack, attack.
Trump added $8 trillion to our
Ooh,
debt.
there she is, attacking her old boss. You can never trust a slut, can you?
And our kids are never going to forgive us for this. And so at the end of the day,
They're gonna forgive you for never mind. Gonna stop.
you look at the 2024 budget, Republicans asked for $7.4 billion in earmarks. Democrats asked for $2.8 billion. So you tell me who are the big spenders.
Woo! She is on the Republican debate, and she's attacking Republicans, not Democrats, and she's attacking her old boss. I always tell you, man, you can't trust most women. There you go. There's another fucking example. She is not attacking Biden. She's not attacking Democrats. She's attacking her own fucking party. Looks like a fucking plant to me.
I think it's time for an accountant in the White House.
Vice President,
Damn, she was
Yeah.
speeding.
God damn, nigga, who is that? She was spinning.
Is she talking about the PPP?
54%
No, she's talking about
of
the
voters said
national
cost of
No,
groceries
she
is
said
a,
the
quote,
stimulus, the
major
COVID
problem
stimulus
for
check,
them.
so I think part of that
You
was
blamed
that.
the Biden administration's spending for that increase. But as vice president, your administration spent
spitting,
more
I ain't
than
gonna
any
lie.
prior, $7.8 trillion.
Look at look at his eyes. He's not even there. That man is soulless. That man is soulless. His eyes are empty as hell. Look at him. Take a good look at this son of a bitch.
Added to the national debt, $3.5 trillion of that before COVID. So does that mean that you're part of the spending problem?
Well, first off, thanks for the question. Thanks for letting me respond.
Thanks for the question. Thanks for letting me respond. You fucking faggot.
Reference to our administration.
You're so fake. This guy is so fucking fake.
Record. I'm incredibly proud of the record of the Trump-Pence administration.
Oh, he's so proud of it.
I mean, in 4 short years, we rebuilt our military. We revived our...
No, Donald Trump rebuilt the military. You were doing nothing, sir, except plotting against him. You were debating invoking the 25th Amendment against his ass. We know what you did. You're a traitor. Get the fuck off the stage, sir.
our economy. We unleashed American energy, and we appointed 3 conservatives to the Supreme Court.
No, Mitch McConnell conned Donald Trump to appoint those 3 conservatives. You did nothing, sir. My God. I mean, this guy's acting like a woman, trying to take fucking credit for another man's success.
Gave the American people a new beginning for the right to life.
I don't trust Mike Pence at all.
No, I don't trust that motherfucker at all either.
I should let Larry Elder come in.
Martha, you asked earlier who's the most best prepared for this job. And I must tell you, with all due respect to all of my friends on the stage, and even to one that's probably looking on, I think unquestionably I am the best prepared, the most tested, the most qualified and proven conservative in this.
What makes you the best tested? When you were governor of Indiana and you passed laws, you buckled to Democratic and liberal pressure. Then when you went to the White House, you did absolutely nothing, sir. Nothing. I can't name one fucking thing you accomplished. You're as phony as a $3 fucking bill.
This race. I was a leader in the Congress of the United States. I led Indiana where we balanced budgets and had a AAA bond rating when I was governor. And as vice president of the United States, we spent funding to backfill on the military cuts of the Obama administration, and then we were there in the worst pandemic in 100 years. All that being said, I was the first person in this race to say that we've got to deal with the long-term national debt issues. You got people on this stage that won't even talk about issues like Social Security and Medicare. I mean, Vivek, you recently said a president can't do everything. Well, I got news for you, Vivek. I've been in the hallway. I've been in the West Wing. A president of the United States has to confront every crisis facing America. I will put our nation back on the path to growth and prosperity and restore fiscal responsibility.
You're full of shit. You are full of shit. You want to get in there to fucking rob the Treasury. All these guys are fucking lying to you. They want to get in the White House to rob the fucking Treasury. That's it.
And as governor, Mr. Vice President, and when I was vice president.
You were named earlier. I'm going to give Vivek first.
We'll get to both of them.
This isn't that complicated, guys. Unlock American energy, drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear. Put people back to work by no longer paying them more to stay at home. Reform the U.S. Fed. Stabilize the U.S.
He said reform the Fed. He ain't winning. Okay, he just said he said that word, the Fed. He said reform the Fed. That's not happening. Listen, this guy honestly seems like a car salesman, and he's trying to fucking bamboozle the American people and fucking trying to sell them fucking Pinto and say it's a Cadillac, man. Listen, he sounds good. He has a great mouthpiece. He's saying the right things. I just don't trust his ass.
U.S. dollar and go to war. The only war that I will declare as U.S. president will be the war on the federal administrative state that is the source of those toxic regulations acting like a wet blanket.
Okay. What is the president of the United States going to do about the deep state? The deep state is there to make sure when one president goes in and one goes out, there isn't chaos. You need some form of government to exist from administration to administration. That is what the deep state is. They're basically plants within an organization that must exist because we have a huge fucking country. When you have the Defense Department, or even better, the State Department, when you have one administration moving from another, that doesn't mean everyone's losing their jobs. 80% of the people still stay in there from one administration to another. It's just the top 20% that keeps moving. The bottom 80% and almost everything stay. And within that bottom 80%, you have the deep state operatives for the Democratic Party, some for the Republican, but mostly for the Democrats.
On the economy. So I'm not sure I exactly understood Mike Pence's comment, but I'll let you all parse that out. For me, it's pretty simple. That's something a U.S. president can do with focus, and I'll deliver on it.
Well, let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you.
Nobody wants to hear you, Genius.
I'll go slower this time.
I sometimes struggle with the reading
Look,
comprehension.
I was a House conservative leader before it was cool. I actually pushed a Deficit Reduction Act. That was the last time we actually reduced the national debt in the United States when I was the leader of House conservatives.
No, that was Newt Gingrich, sir. Not you. I actually remember. See, again, he's trying to take credit for other people's work.
I balanced budgets and cut taxes when I was governor. I mean, look, Joe Biden has weakened this country at home and abroad. Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people.
God damn, it's getting hot. They booing
It's 30 seconds when you have a rebuttal, okay? And you are up, Governor DeSantis.
So here's the thing. Why are we in this mess? Part of it, and a major reason, is because how this federal government handled COVID-19 by locking down this economy. It was a mistake. It should have never happened. And in Florida, we led the country out of lockdown. We kept our state free and open. And I can tell you this, as your president, I will never let the deep state bureaucrats lock you down.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
You don't take somebody like Fauci and coddle him. You bring Fauci in, you sit him down, and you say, Anthony, you are fired.
They had polio, bro.
Shut down not shut down the country when
they had
people was dying.
They had polio.
I just want to respond to Mike for 1 second because he invoked me back. Listen, now that everybody's gotten their memorized.
Listen, this guy's good. This guy is good. Okay? This guy's good. Watch how he roasts these guys now.
Pre-prepared slogans out of the way, we can actually have a real discussion now. The reality and the fact of the matter is...
Was that one of yours?
Not really, Mike, actually. We're just going to have some fun tonight. And the reality is, you have a bunch of people, professional politicians, super PAC puppets, following slogans handed over to them by their 400-page super PACs last week. The real choice we face in this primary is this. Do you want a super PAC puppet, or do you want a patriot who speaks the truth? Do you want incremental reform, which is what you're hearing about, or do you want revolution?
Okay.
And I stand on the side of the American revolution.
We're going to take control back here.
We need everyone to have a moment on the economy.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Can I address the
there are
COVID
two
issue?
people who have not.
We still haven't heard from some people. There are some people we still have not heard from. So, new guy is doing a good job grabbing the spotlight. So you have to say that if this was a prize fight, if this was a fucking Royal Rumble, he'd definitely be in the lead right now.
There are two people who we have not heard from yet. So let's hear from Governor Burgum and then from Governor Hutchinson on the economy, sir.
Well, great. Thank you, Martha. And
who the fuck is this guy?
You ain't covered the job.
To make it on.
This guy even look fucking human? The fuck is that? Look at his eyes. No, there's something seriously wrong with this fucker.
The stage with all these folks, but
North Dakota governor. Man, Doug, I think it's time for you to go back to North Dakota.
Man, you ain't seen no advice. You ain't seen nothing big. You ain't been in them trenches, man.
They were all wishing me well, and I think I took them a little too literally when they said go to Milwaukee and break a leg. So,
You're not funny, dude.
Patient baby, run down.
I do want to say on this, we're missing something. We can't just talk
yeah. You're missing a personality.
The Biden economy, because the economy, energy, and national security are all tied together. Of course, we're paying too much for our energy in our state, right, in our country right now. Now, but part of the reason why is because of the Biden policies on energy. We've got a plan right now, the $1.2 trillion of Green New Deal spending buried in the Inflation Creation Act is something that is just subsidizing China. If we're going to stop buying oil from the Middle East and start buying batteries from China, we're just trading OPEC for Sinopec. And then belatedly, The Biden administration says, no, we're going to put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, we put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, then it's 20% off. Who's buying it? China. So if you buy a battery in this country, you buy a solar panel, it's being produced in a plant in China powered by coal, or it's being powered by oil and gas at 20% off. And every farmer in this country would like to buy diesel at 20% off, just like they're buying it in China.
Okay, they need to get this guy the fuck off stage. Some of the stuff he was sounded okay, but an individual like this, the highest you can hope for is an undersecretary of Treasury or undersecretary of the Defense Department. Dude, get the fuck off camera, man. What's wrong with you?
If you buying the battery, they made it with fossil fuels. So
glad to be here tonight. And let me just tell you that I'm a pro-life governor.
Oh, this is the Arkansas governor.
State that have a conservative record
this is the guy
in which I
Ada.
lowered taxes in Arkansas as governor.
It makes sense.
This is the guy, I believe, I could be wrong, who fucking vetoed a fucking transgender bill or some shit like that. I could be wrong, so I don't want to fucking take this literally, but I don't like this son of a bitch.
Created a $2 billion surplus that I passed over to my successor, and I made sure that we shrunk the size of government. We have 14% fewer state employees in Arkansas after I left government than when I took over as governor 8 years ago. I tell that because that's what we need in Washington, D.C. We need somebody who can actually constrain the growth of the federal government, that can actually reduce the size, and I've pledged to reduce by 10%.
And see, this is the thing about places like West Virginia and Arkansas. Guys like this pass off as having charisma. Guys like this pass off as looking intelligent because they're from Arkansas. And when you're from fucking Arkansas, the average IQ is about 90, 95. So a guy like this who has an IQ of about 105, which is average outside of Arkansas, but inside Arkansas, this is like, oh, wow, this guy's fucking Einstein. This is why they fucking let vote fucking pieces of shit like this, man. Get the fuck off the stage.
Our federal non-defense workforce, that's a specific pledge to make that attacks the administrative state. And let me applaud some of the business partners that are here that have had success in business. But let me tell you, I've been a federal prosecutor. I've served.
No, you locking people up, huh? All right.
Our country in terms of being head of the DEA, in Homeland Security, in times of crisis. And while I think that that's experience that is important for the future of our country to be.
Okay, this guy needs to get out. I can't listen to this guy. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
So Alexander Diaz from Young America's Foundation has a question for you all.
Polls consistently show that young people's #1 issue is climate change. How will you, as both president of the
Climate change is gonna kill us. Listen, the sea levels are going to rise because we are in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is not a water sign, but is holding a water barrel and the water is pouring out, meaning the sea levels will rise. It has nothing to do with fucking CO2 or anything. This is a natural cycle when fucking water rises, okay? Now that that's out the way, fuck this Democratic propaganda, you fucking faggots.
United States and leader of the Republican Party calm their fears that the Republican Party doesn't care about climate change.
So we want to start on this with a show of hands. Do you believe in human behavior is causing climate change? Raise your hand if you do.
Look, we're not school children. Let's have the debate. I mean, I'm happy to take it to start.
Some of you guys are.
Alexander, so do you want to raise your hand or not?
Do y'all believe?
I don't think that's the way to do it. So let me just say to Alexander this. First of all, one of the reasons our country's decline is because of the way the corporate media treats Republicans versus Democrats. Biden was on the beach while those people were suffering. He was asked about it. He said no comment. Are you kidding me? As somebody that's handled disasters in Florida, you got to be activated. You've got to be there. You've got to be present. You've got to be helping people who are doing this. And here's the deal.
Let's just answer the question. So is that a yes or is that a yes? Is that a hand raise?
You do not.
I think it was a hand raise for him, and it's my hands are in my pockets.
No, I didn't raise a hand.
I like how this guy's just stepping on people's toes and taking airtime away from other people.
Let's be honest as Republicans. I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for, so I can say this. The climate change agenda is a hoax. The climate change agenda is a hoax. And we have to...
Okay, so this guy's using Trump's 215 tactics of fucking attacking everybody. I mean, it works.
And the reality is, the anti-carbon agenda is the wet blanket on our economy. And so the reality is more people are dying of bad climate change policies than they are of actual climate change.
Governor Haley, are you
People are actually dying.
Listen. Hold on.
I've had enough. I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT standing up here.
Hey, bro, you disrespectful.
And the last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur.
Whoa! Christy, the tiger with the swing.
You disrespectful. Chris, you shut your fat ass up.
Go throw a burger at him.
Just like you did to Obama, too. Give me that
The same type of amateur.
Hold on. Governor Haley, would you
gotta fix Brandon thing right quick, y'all. Hey, boy, if I was
This person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur.
That amateur fucking cleaned your clock, didn't he? And let's not forget, you helped him in 2012. If it wasn't for your praise after the hurricane hit New Jersey, he might have lost. So you know what, Governor? Fuck you.
I trust Billy, man. I trust your big grease ass.
That gave me a little.
And you'll help elect me just like you did to Obama, too. Give me that.
See, he's keeping it real. That guy's keeping it real right now.
Same type of amateur.
hold on. Governor Haley, would you like to respond? Are you
So,
bought and
Brett,
paid
what
for?
I would like to say is the fact that I think this is exactly why Margaret Thatcher said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Here we go. Name me fucking any fucking female leadership that has ever fucking prospered long term in any fucking country ever. Let's talk about it. See, because bitches will say shit like this, but there's no evidence to back it up. Did you know the last leader of a united Korea was a woman? And since then, Korea's been broken up into two. Did you know one of the last leaders of the Ming Dynasty in China was a woman? So again, they could say all these cute phrases, but if you look back at the reality, if you have a woman in power, 9 times out of 10 in history, fail.
All right, Nikki. Yeah, they took it a little too far there, but they rocking with it.
Clean
like
air,
Nikki,
clean water. We want to see that taken care of, but there's a right way to do it. And the right way to do it is, first of all, yes, is climate change real? Yes, it is. But if you want to go and really change the environment, then we need to start telling China and India that they have to lower their emissions. That's where our problem is.
You ain't telling India shit. That's where you're from.
And these green subsidies that Biden has put in, all he's done is help China, because he doesn't understand all these electric vehicles that he's done, what that does. Half of the
Over there in China, y'all
cannot control.
As a kid who grew up in a single-parent household mired in...
Shocking. A black man in America grew up in a single-family household. Shocking.
Poverty. I wondered, was the American dream real for kids who were devastated by poverty, devastated by the challenges of life? I came to the...
Listen, no disrespect. He seems like a nice guy. And I probably agree with a lot of his policies, but that voice, I can't listen to this guy anymore.
America can do for...
All have upheld abortion rights in this country. And even in red states.
You mean women's ability to be held unaccountable for killing people? Murder, basically. Women can get away with murder, men can't.
There are more swing state referendums.
Legally, that is.
are coming up as we head into the elections
Well, I'm
as well on
pro-choice,
this.
so I really don't care too much.
So,
about that.
Governor Haley, what do you say to your party and to your state, which today confirmed a 6-week abortion law as
We need to put a
well,
time limit on it.
especially
Definitely,
the impact
for
on
sure.
women suburban
100%.
voters across this country?
Because 30 weeks is.
Thank you, Martha. I am unapologetically pro-life, not because the Republican Party tells me to be.
No, because you can't possibly be a team player.
But because my husband was adopted and I had trouble having both of my children, so I'm surrounded by blessings. Having said that,
I'm not even going to say it.
we need to stop demonizing this issue. This is talking about the fact that unelected justices didn't need to decide something this personal because it's personal for every woman and man. Now,
How about this? Women, listen to me carefully. Keep your legs closed. Won't be any need for an abortion. See how that works?
it's been put in the hands of the people. That's who don't believe in abortion.
We sold the biggest election landslide victory in the history of the Republican Party in the state of Florida in 2022. That's what I did. We can win. But second of all, look, you got to do what you think is right. I believe in a culture of life. I was proud to sign the heartbeat bill. I remember one of the most impactful moments of my life was when I heard the heartbeat of my oldest daughter in my wife's womb and then saw the sonograms of all three of my kids. What the Democrats are trying to do on this issue is wrong, to allow abortion all the way up to the moment of birth. I know a lady in
That's
Florida-
insane.
She
So again, the Democrats want you to be able to kill the baby 8-9 months in. These are mass fucking murderers. They want to murder fucking little defenseless human beings. They do not give a fuck. Okay? This is why you do not let women vote. Okay? It is extremely important to strip women of their right to vote. Not just here in America, in Portugal, in Russia, all over the fucking world. Because what happens is people start dying. Women always talk about how compassionate they are, their emotional intelligence, whatever the fuck that means. The fact of the matter is this, guys. They are willing to kill and justify it. Unless a woman is raped, I ain't trying to hear it.
Survived multiple abortion attempts. She was left discarded in a pan. Fortunately, her grandmother saved her and brought her to a different hospital. We're better than what the Democrats are selling. We are not going to allow abortion all the way up till birth, and we will hold them accountable for their extremism.
In 2001, I was called to a dinner by some wealthy people, and a person was there, and they told me they wanted me to help this person get elected. One of the things I told him and the Republican Party is stop talking about abortion. Women are single issue voters, meaning men will look at the economy, men will look at a wide variety of issues before making a vote. A woman, one thing matters more than anything else: their right to kill without being held legally accountable, aka abortion. So when Republicans start talking about abortion, this is what galvanizes the hoes to fucking start voting for Democrats, because Democrats will fucking cave in and fucking do whatever their voters want, aka allow them to kill babies up to 9, not weeks, but months. These people should be going to jail, in a lot of cases, mental institutions. Not fucking to the voter box.
But just to be clear, Governor, would you sign a 6-week ban federally?
So what's a 6-week ban?
I'm going to stand on the side of life. Look, I understand Wisconsin is going to do it different than Texas. I understand Iowa and New Hampshire are going to do different. But I will support the cause of life as governor and as president.
Vice President Pence, you're shaking your head.
We must have a national.
Hold on, Senator. Vice President Pence, you're shaking your head.
Well, look, I'm not new to this cause.
Black Adam.
After I gave my life to Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior,
Shut the fuck up. This is a fraud. Listen, to the Christians out there listening, I believe that you believe. I believe that. This man is a con man. He is nothing more than a fraud selling you a dream that oh, I believe in Jesus. I handed over my life to Jesus. Then why the fuck are you still a crook? Motherfucker.
I opened up the book and I read, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And see, I set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life. And I knew from that moment on, the cause of life had to be my cause. And I've been a champion for life in the Congress, a champion for life as governor and as vice president. And to be honest with you, Nikki, you're my friend, but consensus is the opposite of leadership.
So there we go. 2 Trump cabinet members going at it. There you go. See, none of these guys were loyal to President Trump. None of them. They pretended they were, but none of them were.
When the Supreme Court returned this question to the American people, they didn't just send it to the states only. It's not a states only issue. It's a moral issue. And I promise you, as President of the United States, the American people will have a champion for life in the Oval Office. Can't we have a minimum standard in every state in the nation that says when a baby is capable of feeling pain, an abortion cannot be allowed? A 15-week ban is an idea whose time has come. It's supported by 70% of the American people, but it's going to take unapologetic leadership that stands on principle and...
This is what they argue about. Can we kill a baby at 6 weeks, 15 weeks, 30 weeks? This is what so-called civilized people are arguing about. At what point is it okay and not to kill? Not an animal. Babies. Human babies. Imagine you were in the womb and someone wanted to fucking abort you. This is what I'm trying to tell people. Ladies, if you have a baby, you're the bus driver. Because that body isn't just yours anymore. It's the baby's. But you're the one deciding where we're driving, how fast, when we turn, because you're the bus driver. But your life is no more or less important than that backseat driver, which is the baby. You don't want these problems? Keep your fucking legs closed, bitch.
Expresses compassion for women in crisis pregnancies. I'll do that as President of the United States.
He called my name, so I will respond to that.
She said, I'm on your ass.
So first of all, I will say it is in the hands of the people, and that's where it should be. But when you're talking about a federal ban, be honest with the American people. We haven't had 45 pro-life senators in over 100 years, so no Republican president can ban abortions any more than a Democrat president could ban all those state laws.
She told the truth.
They have to decide on this issue when you know we don't have 60 Senate votes in the House.
70% of the American people support legislation to ban abortion after a baby is capable of...
That's how you do it. She just shut him the hell down. Mike Pence, you're a fucking loser who just got checked by a fucking woman.
Experiencing pain. It's just going to take leadership.
Hold on.
70% of the Senate does not. You have to be honest with the American people.
We have to have a 15-week limit.
Let's get Governor Bergman for one minute here. But the Supreme Court did overturn Roe v. Wade, and the result.
And why did it overturn it? Because Obama probably had fucking evidence on the Supreme Court justices being fucking homosexual. He threatened to release that evidence. The Supreme Court overturned the fucking abortion ban, and that galvanized the women to vote during the midterms, which is why the Republicans didn't gain the fucking Senate and House together, which they should have. They should have had both chambers. They only have one. Why? Because of that right there. And I warned the Republicans this would happen in 2021. I literally told these guys this would happen. Fucking morons. I'm so much better at this politics than people who work for fucking senators, people who work for congressmen, people who work on presidential campaigns. I am better at this shit than them. And I will be able to fucking prove it with evidence soon enough.
The result of that decision was that it went back to the states. So that's where it
Okay,
is
I'm
right
not
now.
listening to this
So,
fucking...
As I understand it...
I'm not listening to that guy.
In terms of compassion...
I'm not listening to that guy either.
Out their fanciful agendas to do bail reform and go easy. What we need
Okay, I can't listen to this guy anymore either.
For a gun permit. And then is facing a 10-year mandatory minimum, which was mandated by legislation sponsored by his father. And then you have a Justice Department that walks away from those charges. We're telling people that the law doesn't apply to everybody. In a Christie administration, he would go to...
There will never be a Christie administration. There will never fucking be a Christie administration. Go fucking out there and smoke some more and drink some more, you fucking moron.
Jail for 10 years.
What about a President Ramaswamy?
Play a role here, too. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis.
You know, guys, after watching this, I'm going to have to fucking run or something, man. This is a pathetic fucking field. Besides DeSantis and this guy, all those guys are fucking full of shit. Even these guys are full of shit, but at least they're fucking say it in an eloquent way. DeSantis and this guy and Trump, that's about it. You can fucking throw all these other motherfuckers under the bus. This is garbage. This is one of the weakest Republican fields I have ever seen. What the fuck, man? I mean, in all seriousness, this is the best the Republican Party can give you? I'm seriously gonna have to fucking run. This is getting bad.
And I say this as a member of my generation. The problem in our country right now, the reason we have that mental health epidemic, is that people are so hungry for purpose and meaning at a time when family, faith, patriotism, hard work have all disappeared. What we really need is a tonal reset from the top, saying that this is what it means to be an American. Yes, we will stand for the rule of law. Yes, we will close the southern border where criminals are coming in every day. And yes, we will back law enforcement.
Listen, he's by far the best speaker, by far the guy with the best ideas. I'm just not sure I can trust this guy at all. So, again, I went through this Republican field. I don't really want to go through it anymore. This is weak. It's him, DeSantis. You could throw the rest of these guys in the fucking trash. And we're ending the stream. This has been a GG33 production.